Well, today on West Virginia Driving, we're going to leave Ripley and we're going to go up the interstate towards Ravenswood and get off there on Route 2 and go up 68 north from Ravenswood along the Ohio River in the area west of Parkersburg in Wood County, close to Blennerhassett Island State Park.
And there, I'm going to try to find the grave of a Revolutionary soldier that was left for dead for 5 days. And when they found him, they went up there to clean up the dead and bury the dead. And they found this soldier had been there for 5 days. And this happened to Matthew Maddox. And that's the guy I'm going to try to find his grave. I-77 going toward Parkersburg.
Northbound.
Northbound. Yes, it's a beautiful morning. This is Sunday morning, by the way. Kind of quiet. See somebody come. They never tell you whether they's coming or not.
Yeah.
Didn't even know when they's coming. That's the only time we got light breads when somebody come. Mom's always behind over bread. Maybe 2 loaves.
Yeah.
Oh, sit down with me behind her bread. I was sitting at the table one day. I was about 12, 13 years old, and Dad said something. He always reached in and pinch flour out for bread if she missed a spot or something. Then he started talking about how good his mother could cook and how good his 3 sisters could cook. I got tired of listening to him one day, and I told him, I said, you know what? I said, I grew up on my own. I'm going to be a better cook than all your sisters and your mother put together. But he said, well, you're going to have to go some. I said, I'm going to go every one it takes. I'm going to go. As soon as I get in high school, I'm going to take home economics. Between the home and economics and W Markle up here, I'm going to be a good cook. Well, she was an excellent cook. And she taught me a lot. So when I put that first meal on the table, and he ate it, they're supposed to grade me on it, you know. I got a little card with the grade me on for my school project. Both of them gave me an A. And Dad said, well, if you keep that up, you will be as good as my sisters. That's what he said.
Well, I'd have to give you an A too, Mommy.
I made a lemon meringue pie from scratch. The whole thing.
I always feel pretty lucky and blessed because I eat pretty good.
And Dad get mad at me sometimes. Things I'd say. One time we was eating and Dave Griffith come in. And Apple's boy, he go up down to Henry's and stay, but he run down Dallas and visit us. He come in and sit down at a table and we got him a plate and everything. Oh, I don't want anything to eat. I don't want anything. Said Mariah's cooking supper, so I don't want anything. Now come to my pie. He said, well, I will take a piece of that pie. I said, no, you won't. I said, you didn't eat supper, you ain't eat my pie. Well, of course, Dad wouldn't eat it either after I said that. I said, well, I'll eat me a piece. Well, if you eat one or not, I'm not going to serve somebody unless he eats the whole meal. Just go here and sit down and eat my pie. No way. I made the pie.
Yeah, that's
Dad wouldn't eat it after he left the next day. He said, you can't do that. I said, well, I can't do it too. I can't do it too. I said, go up Uncle Henry's, they break on them. They won't even stay all night down here on account of my ghost. And I said, they run down here and then they want to eat something that I don't want them to have. I don't want to eat my pie. If they can't eat the whole meal, they ain't getting the damn pie. Oh, I didn't say that. He didn't say more about it. He probably didn't care.
So they won't come down there because of the ghost?
Oh, no, we have ghost stories. We tell ghost stories all the time to scare them to death. They can go back to Uncle Henry's house. They wouldn't stay all night there at all. And Ethel said she's seen stuff crawling around now. She said she's seen, some guy stayed there one time and said he's seen something walk all the way across the ceiling. They told all kinds of tales. That place was ghosted. Ain't no doubt about that. I just wonder if we're still there. searched for an hour and a half. Every little road that he told us to go to, went with a map, in all directions I had, and we could not find that cemetery. So I was going there to talk about Matthew Maddox, a young soldier that was a private. So I'm going to tell you about him. Since I couldn't find his gravesite, there is a website with his cemeteries on it, Maddox website, and you can see it there. But anyhow, I want to tell you, in October of 1780, Matthew enlisted in the Shenandoah County, Virginia, into the Colonial Army. At this time, the American Revolutionary War was in full swing. Matthew was assigned to the command of the Virginia 3rd Line Regiment under the command of Captain Oldham. His enlistment was for a period of 24 months. The Virginia 3rd Line Regiment was under command of General Musselburgh and General Greene. The Virginia 3rd Line Regiment marched to North Carolina, where they engaged the British forces under the command of Lord Cornwallis of Norfolk. The battle lasted a full day. The British forces lost 98 killed and 428 wounded. The Colonial Army lost 76 dead and around 500 wounded in the battle. Matthew was found by those... wait a minute, I'm going too far. I'm going to back up. Let's see. General Greene pulled out of Gulford Courthouse. See, it's hard to talk this truck up nothing like this. General Greene pulled out of Gulford Courthouse and led the British forces all over North Carolina and then into South Carolina. On the 25th day of April, 1781, the two forces met at Camden, South Carolina, and this battle was the second battle of Cameron Hopkirk's Hill. It was the battle that Matthew was shot in the leg with 1 ounce lead ball. Matthew was dragged off the battlefield into the woods and left to die. This act carried out by a fellow by the name of Bison. Matthew was found by those who came to bury the dead, but it was 5 days after the battle. Matthew had no food or water except for the dew he licked from the grass. Matthew was taken to a field hospital where the small bone in his leg was removed from joint to joint. Matthew was judged unfit for service, was given a full discharge, and taken home. We don't know just how long Matthew's family stayed in Colebrook, Virginia. That's where he moved to. But his son Maddox was born in 1781, and Matthew Jr. was born in 1783. In about 1812, Matthew and some of his family moved to Wood County. That's where he's buried. Matthew and Rachel moved, as did their children. He was known to have signed up for her pension in 1820, and he drawed $96 a year. That would be in today's, in 1999, it would have been $1,456 a year. And he drawed this pension until he died. That is about all the story I have to tell about him, but he was just a private, and he got hurt, and back in 1999, they found out where he was buried. Someone did. I think a Boy Scout had cleaned off the cemetery and found this tombstone, but he didn't tell anybody. It was for a long time. I think about 4 years before he told anybody there was a Maddox soldier buried there. And when they found it out, they cleaned it off, and they put him up a new tombstone, and the DAR and the 4 representatives of the generals of that era were in full uniform, and they gave him a 3-gun salute in his honor. So I thought, for privates, you know, how many privates get a 3 gun salute? But anyway, but directions we had, we could not find our cemetery, but we know it's there. Thank you very much for listening. And thank you very much for watching.